So what should you be doing? Because with everything that I just said, just being here isn't going to be enough. Nobody owes you anything, and that's really the mindset that you need to be living in. Just going through the motions, and it's just not going to cut it. Graduating Miami Ad School doesn't mean that you deserve a job. I'm sorry. It seems like it should, but that's not what it means, because there's only so many good jobs out there, and there's a lot more of you guys. So what should you be doing to make yourself one of those people that's going to get one of those good jobs? First and foremost, you really need to make advertising your life right now, and not just something that you're doing for your career. And I know in some ways that sounds depressing, but you spend all these hours working on it. If it doesn't matter, then why are you doing it? So make it matter. So I've got a few things that I wish someone had told me when I was in the process, that hopefully this will make it a little easier for you. So the first thing, your agency list. You should already have a list of your top choices for jobs and where you want to work. That list keeps you focused, and it'll change as good work comes out from other shops, or the big people change at different agencies. You're going to want to work at different places, but always keep that list going so that when you graduate, you're not just like standing on a street corner, in Manhattan, like, I don't know, I just want a job. Like, have a plan. So start thinking about your list now and write it down, really write it down. The next thing is 7 ideas. So the thought of putting together a portfolio from scratch is daunting. I get it. We all had to do it. And it's just a lot to take in, and it can make you just procrastinate and not get it done. But if you really think about it, you're in school for 2 years to come up with 7 ideas, and you can really do 6. So you're just trying to get 7 awesome ideas, and you have 2 years to do that. And I did the math for you guys. That's 104 days per awesome idea. Like, you can do that, right? I mean, it sounds like no big deal when you put it like that. So just remember, some quarters you might get 2 amazing ideas, and you might go a whole quarter where you just don't get it. But just keep pushing through, because it's only 7 ideas, and we can all achieve that. The next thing is really play in pop culture. I mean, you have an obligation in this industry to really be involved and understand what's going on in the world out there. You can't shape pop culture if you're not a player in it. Everyone in this room should have a Twitter account. And if you think Twitter's stupid, get a fake account. No one will have to know it's you. I mean, you should have all seen Inception by now. Anyone? Yes. It's so good, right? You should all see Inception. You should know that T.O. has his own reality show. You should know that Lost ended up making no fucking sense in the end after they tried to explain everything. I mean, these are just things that you just always need to be aware of, because you're pulling ideas from everything at all times. So really play in pop culture. It's going to give you a huge advantage. The next thing is respect your craft. In all your classes here, you're going to do a lot of concepting. They focus a lot here on concepting, which is awesome, because the more you do it, the better you get at it. So that, if you keep working to make your book great and shoot for those 7 home runs, like I said, that part's going to take care of itself. But it's the other part. If you're a writer, you need to write a lot. You need to read a lot. Have a journal. Always be reading a book. I mean, it sounds stupid, but even like your Twitter account teaches you how to be concise and get your thought out in 140 characters. That's just something that it's like an extra benefit of using it. So take advantage of those things, because they're going to set you apart from everyone else. It's just that extra mile. And same with the art directors. I'm not an art director, so I don't know what designy stuff you guys should be doing, but you should be doing it, whatever it is. The next thing is explore. I know that sounds like, oh, very zen, but you really can't just be like an ad guy. There's so many ad guys out there. You need to find other things that interest you, that you like, that are going to inspire you to be better. I mean, for me, when I moved to New York, I started taking improv classes at the Upright Citizens Brigade. And not only did I meet all these amazing people that are doing things that are probably way cooler than anything I'm ever going to do, I was inspired by that. But then my scripts at work suddenly got funnier. You know, my own job got easier because I wasn't just sitting there trying to write scripts all the time. So go out there and have something else that's going to set you apart from any other creative that's looking for a job. I remember a CD told me that he always asks in an interview, I have it here, what's the last thing you invented? He always asks that. And when he told me that, I was like, shit, if someone asked me that, I don't know what I would say. And that's when I thought, okay, we all of you, because you might interview with this person, like, have an answer. Have a truthful answer. Always be doing something that's going to keep you an interesting and relevant person, because that's going to make you invaluable to them. So this next one, you should not be pissing people off. And there are some of my friends from school that I wish that they could have hopped in a time machine and heard someone say this to them. I mean, it needs to at least be mentioned. Like, your teachers here all work in the industry. You're so lucky to already be knowing people who are living and working it. And if you impress those people, they might vouch for you later. And if you act like a jerk, they're going to act like jerks. And it all goes back to that mentality that nobody owes you anything. So being entitled or feeling like you're entitled to something, it's going to hurt you. So just get it out of your head and just be nice, for crying out loud. And be nice to each other, because like I said, this is the future right here. So don't burn bridges before they're even there.